What's going on, YouTube? We are live. You got Nick you got Nickel stacking. You got me, but that don't matter. Let's do a quick roll call. Let's see who is in the house. We got Nickel, we got Two Bros, we got Niels. Thanks for the super chat, Niels. You are richer than me, brother. I don't know what's going on with that. Mr. Chubby Hubby, John Camper, Mr. Cyclops. Who else we got? We got West Texas. We got Silvershire. What's all the craziness about stacking? We're going to talk about that. That's funny you bring that up. We got Silver and Cigars. Silver and Cigars. What's up, Nickel? Shuffle Silver, what's up? What's up, my Nickel?
Nothing much is going on right now. So I'm waiting for the conference tournaments to be over with. Then we get into the big deal, the NCAA tournament. So just waiting for my business started back up.
Well, Cigar says Indiana's going to win. I thought, oh wait, that's Kansas. My bad. I'm gonna get them all fired up here. So, have you noticed what I've noticed, my Nickel? Have you noticed that there's a theme going around with a lot of channels now, pumping silver, prices going to the friggin' moon, and every bank's going to fail tomorrow, which is an easy play for them to call because all they got to say is any day now, and they can say that every day. I don't like it. I think it. I ain't going to name names, but I think it. I think they're doing it to grow, and it's working. And I think they're going to take a lot of new stackers down the wrong path because I'm looking back to 2008, 2009 when I was new. What's up, Bob? Death from below. I'm going to have a capsule crunch big time coming up for you soon, my buddy. I know he likes all that. And, I look back to 2008, 2009 when I got into stacking because I like shiny stuff. And I would have fallen for it. If I would have had any real money to speak of at the time, I probably would have. What up, Snakebite? I see you changed your logo. I probably would have gone all in like a dummy. What do you think?
Well, like I say, it was different when I got in. It was I bought some at $4.95, and I bought a bunch more at $4. So it was different times then. But if you just price, it's not much different now. It would be.
Well, now wait a minute. Is that $495? Because from what I understand, it's going to be $5,000 next week.
Yeah. No. You got to subtract some zeros off of that.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you see it going from less than $4 to all the way to $5,000 in just 20 years? I don't think so. No, I don't think that's going to happen. No. And if it does, it's going to be probably due to hyperinflation, and you're not going to like it anyway. So careful what you wish for, because if it is 5,000 an ounce in silver, and we're in a hyperinflation, you ain't going to enjoy it. That's all I can say. You're not going to be sleeping much. You're going to have one eye open and defend yourself, defend your property, and it'll be lawlessness and crime. You think crime's bad now? Wait till something like that happens. All the zombies will come to feast on your assets. So watch out.
So I guess West Texas has been paying attention with what he said. That's funny. Yes, sir. I know he says Ted has been speaking some crazy stuff, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But and it's not just one channel, man. It's everywhere. I mean, it's so many channels telling people it's going to the moon. It's happening. Blah blah blah, and only a matter of time, a matter of days, and all the banks are going to fail. You're going to be rich. I don't like it because you have to realize that, number one, we're going to talk about the banks failing. Nickel's got a lot to say about that. We're in full agreement. And we're also in full agreement about these price, claims. And, if you've been doing this any amount of time, it ain't going to happen. That you ain't going to get rich tomorrow by stacking. It's a preservation of wealth. And the newcomers, I mean, they could sell their IRAs. They could they could cash out their 401ks. They could get stuck with tax penalties. They could take out personal loans. They could refi the house using it as an ATM. I mean, there is no telling. And of course, everyone is liable for their own decisions, but there is no telling the influence that these people with their astronomical predictions of ridiculousness may have on someone else's life. And I think they ought to care more about it myself.
Well, 401k, if you wanted to put all your money out of that into silver, I don't think that's probably too bad. I know that 401k. I never used them. I never liked them. I don't think that it's. I think that what is the fees on those now? Like, don't you lose like 25% or something? You know, based on your IRA when you finally cash it in, but you'll at least be retired probably. But
well, it's funny you bring that up, because if someone wants to roll it over into a precious metals backed plan, I like that. But I mean, there's all kinds of penalties. I mean, I don't have a 401k. I got 2 IRAs. That's one benefit I don't get at work. And I don't know offhand the numbers, but I can tell you the tax penalty, it ain't good.
Yeah, but the fees are ridiculous for 401k. I watched the video, and I think it was Frontline did a report, and they said it was ridiculous, the fees you end up losing, and people they don't figure that in when they're putting it in. And of course, most of them, it's a matching 401k. They match what you put in, the company does, and but the fees are terrible, and so I didn't know that. That's not why didn't get in one. But I just didn't want to tie all the money up in that stuff. So
I don't got no fees. I don't got no fees on mine. I know that mine are fee free. Man, we got Cyclops says, I'm so tired of this Chicken Little BS. The sky is falling. He's right. But if you start selling that BS, you'll double overnight. I've seen it happen lately. Gold Chick's in here. Wow. What's up, Gold Chick? And then long time no see. How you doing there, lovely? And Cigar says we should all be in full agreement that if you're smart, you would be buying dinar. It's so funny because I'm in this Facebook group, and somebody in there made a joke about those in the know buy dinar and dong, and that was so funny because it made me think of me and Cigars, because I got dong. I got the big dong, and he's got the big dinar, and we both know it's a scam. But that's so funny. What's up, Goldie? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in, girl.
So anyway, it's I think it does help their views. I guess, even though in my polls on my community, there's not many that I think believe it's going to do that. Most of them answer on the negative on that, but yet they like to watch, I guess. So it works.
So what's up, Jeff? Welcome in, buddy. So Texas, and he said this before. He says, dude, the wife keeps pushing the dong on me. Okay, here's the deal, Texas. Is she listening? If not, bookmark this. We're at what are we at? I don't even know. Oh, my video's lagging. I don't even know. We're not that far in. We're what? 7 minutes in? What she needs to understand is 45 is no longer in office. What's up, J-Lo? Putting tariffs on China. Now we have China's cheerleader in office, which means having the dong is not going to benefit you, because Vietnam's economy is not going to progress the way it potentially could have when I bought it, when Trump was in there putting the tariffs on China. So she needs to get off the dong. No pun intended.
But by the way, what was your first amount that you invested in silver? Your first buy, was it like 5,000?
Really? You want me to confess this? Really? All right. When I got into silver, I had no money. I mean, I was dirt poor. And I bought from APMEX my first time out because I was dumb and didn't know no better. And I think I bought $37 in silver and had to pay the shipping, maybe $50. I had no idea what I was doing.
Well, now, Amex was a pretty good company back when you started. I think it was doing pretty well. They used to have the highest buy prices and some of the lowest sell prices.
They still do.
New management came in, and then after that, I couldn't get near as much for it if I offered to sell it back. I couldn't get nothing for it, and compared to others were higher. And then their overall prices and expenses went up. So
Gold Chick says she has no dong. That's good because you're pretty good looking. And if you were one of them quote unquote Portland girls, I'd be upset with myself. So I'm happy to hear that. And, APMEX is still a good company. It's reputable, but let's be honest, unless you're looking for something hard to find and you got money to burn, you're going to pay more there. So I rarely shop there, but they are reputable.
Yeah, collectibles. If you want Darth Vader on a coin or Pac-Man or whatever it is you want, and you collect those kind of 1 ounce pieces or 1 ounce rounds, they're good. Probably good for that because you probably can find what you're looking for. But you are going to pay for that. But I don't stack that type of stuff. So,
well, and truth be told, in the last year or so, SD Bullion, they woke up one day thinking they were APMEX. Their prices suck. JM Bullion sucks. I mean, I deal with Monument, I deal with Bold, I deal with Hero, and when it comes to Platinum, I buy at the only place that is worth buying, which is Money Metals, because I want the most metal for the least amount of money, and that is not APMEX, that's not SD, and that ain't JM. What up, Monkey King? Check. Welcome in. Scorpion. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, if you're going to buy Platinum, people, and you want to buy fractional, Money Metal's the best. I mean, it's the best place to get it. That's where I get mine. So
I hear there's another place that has a good deal. I think it's Liberty, but I've never done business with them, so I don't know. And the thing with Platinum is that it's such a small market. I'd love to start buying quarter ounce, half ounce, but the only one I can find is the U.S. Mint, and they're beautiful, but the premiums are astronomical. It's such a small market that fractional is kind of your only option half the time, really. Damn, 365's in the house. Thank you, my brother. Thank you for that $4.99 super chat. Wow, I was thinking about you today. I appreciate that, man. I got to come by your channel more. I've just been working my sack off, so thank you, 365. We got a heavy hitter in the house now.
So, what makes you think why do you think the metals are all, I think they're trending up quite a bit. What do you think the biggest cause of that is? Cause
I'm glad you brought that up. You really want to know?
Do you think it's when people's predicting 5,000 silver and go, man, I better get in there now? I don't
know. Nope, not much. I don't think that's what it is. I'll tell you, I was thinking about this about an hour ago. If you look at everything, because if you all listen to me, you all know I got stocks, I got crypto, I got Bitcoin, I got an ass load of silver. I mean, and metals is my love, but I'm into everything. And if you look at the crypto market lately, and they just Bitcoin, I doubled my Shiba Inu in 1 day. Okay, 1 day. And I'm still up overall by far. But if you look at everything, the markets are inflated across the board. So metals, I think, are starting to follow that. But they always follow that after the fact. See, all the stocks, lately I've been losing money the last 2 days in the markets. I've been losing money the last 2 days in cryptos. But metals started going up after all that. So I think it's going to come down, accordingly after that as well. It's a trend.
Well, it's not because the Fed's going to lower interest rates, because they're not.
That's what. No, they're not going to do a pullback on interest rates anytime soon. We might get 1 or 2 this year, but it ain't going to be coming up.
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll do it prior to the election. Maybe 2 months prior to the election, they'll lower it, and we won't get into the reasons for that. But I think I got some idea why. But anyway, but they're not going to raise. They're not going to raise rates. I just don't see them raising it. There's some out there saying, there's a lot of videos out there in the community that are saying they're actually going to raise rates. I don't think they can, because interest on the debt, I don't think they can do it.
I agree with Redneck Coins. Pass on that mix, period. That's why we call it crap mix. What's up, Shuffle? Neil's.
They boxed themselves in.
Yeah. Neil says, so the tidal wave incoming always happens? No, but I see. Bold is great. You're right, Redneck. Cigars turn me on to Bold. I love Bold. Not for platinum, but for gold and silver, 100%. No, not necessarily, Neil, but trends seem to follow each other, and I think that's what's going on. And I agree with Cyclops. He says they won't raise the rates. I think they're going to pause, and I think eventually they're going to start lowering rates, but we might get 1 or 2 this year, but it ain't going to be what everybody thinks.
Yeah, it's going to be 0.25 or something.
EMO the Fish Keeper. Hey, personal thank you. send me an email since you did do the channel membership. I want to send you something. I appreciate that, EMO. I don't know if you've caught that, but send me an email. I want to send you some love. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the fact that you don't fall for the channels pumping the BS, dude, because it's a bunch of crap. Anyway, off topic, but he's in the chat, so I wanted to mention him. I wanted to give him a shout out. I appreciate him.
But if they lower rates, then and inflation's going up anyway. It'll just make inflation worse if they lower the rates.
Oh, absolutely. But see, here's the thing: everyone says, "Oh, gold and silver is going to go up if they lower the rates." Well, look at what it's done when they haven't lowered the rates. So I mean, there's no rhyme or reason to these markets anymore. There really isn't. There's not.
It's rumor. I guess a lot of it's rumor. Someone's going to do this. This is going to happen, and then people react to the rumor before it happens. Or if it does.
I mean, metals are controlled by the paper markets, just like stocks and bonds, and well, not so much bonds, but stocks and cryptos. They're all controlled by tweets. They're all controlled by news. They're all controlled by what people think are going to happen, and they disregard it. They do what they want to do. Yeah, Bob, Platinum Beast and I have recently started checking each other's channels out. I would love to do one with him. That's funny you say that. I like that guy. I just found him like 2 weeks ago. Neil says everything will crash and metals will save you. What do you think about that, my nickel?
Better to have it than not.
I agree with half of that for sure.
It's definitely historically those who have fared better than those who don't.
Oh, absolutely. And that'll always be the case, I think. I don't think, I mean, I'm telling you right now, you got channels out there saying the stock market's going to crash, and in the same sentence they say it's not connected to the economy. Well, there you go. That's why it ain't going to crash. It might have a correction. You got channels out there saying the banks are going to crash. They can't allow that to happen. Sure, they're insolvent. Sure, there's problems. Sure, they don't pay a lot of their victims of fraud back until they take news public, and that really is a thing. But they cannot allow crashes to take place on an astronomical level, because think about what that would do. And it's not just because it's an election year, although that does matter, but they can't afford that negative publicity. They cannot allow that to happen with markets or banks. They just can't.
Yeah, the banks, the truth of it is, and I think this is where people get it, they should fail, because of how they're, the conditions. They should fail. They are failing, but they just won't be allowed to, because FDIC will come in and if it's low on funds, they can just print money. So I think that's what they'll do. I just don't think there'll be a massive failure. And so far, according to my site, I looked at FDIC.com, and they list all the banks that fail.
Not one this year.
Not one yet. Now, to say there won't be any, I can't say that, because on a normal year, if we were having in the 80s, we were doing better. In the 90s, we did better. There was bank failures.
Sure. So, there's going to be a small amount, but it ain't going to be nothing. It's going to be what you like to say is a nothing burger. So, Silver Wolverine, yes, Silver is going to go to the stars and Mars. What's up, Silver Supplement? So, Neil's is being funny, and I know that, but here's what he said. He goes, that might be why I have more followers. I'm right more, LMFAO. Here's the thing, and I know he's being funny, but here's the thing. So, Nickel knew March 11th was BS. We both did. But here's the deal. Everybody is passionate about what they invest in. My number one love is silver. Everybody knows it. Platinum is becoming my number 2 love. Gold is probably my number 3. But because I have my hand in everything, I'm not in love with one thing and one thing only, which is a benefit because it doesn't cloud my judgment. Everybody wants to hear that their number one and favorite asset is going to shoot the moon. That's what's going to get people followers. That's what's going to get half of those people that get those followers astronomical views, because everyone wants to believe that they're doing the right thing. People don't want the truth. They want to be told that what they believe is the truth. I want the truth, even if it's not what I believe, so that I can adjust what I believe accordingly so that I can come out on top. So fear and BS and all that crap really does sell.
Yes.
It does.
It does. The biggest channels are the ones that do that.
Wow, look at cigars. He says silver's his number one. His friendship with me is number two. What's up, Judith and Dan? Wow, I haven't seen you in a while. Are you all doing some fishing on the lake? I catch your videos sometimes. Guns and watches. What does everyone think about that stupid Hartzman way? Stacking Morgan and peace dollars, $30 and under. Nickel's a better person to ask about Morgans and peace dollars than me because I'm a bullion guy. What do you think about that question, Nickel?
I think constitutional silver is better than bullion. So, yeah. And everybody knows what a Morgan and a peace dollar is. Everybody knows what a silver dime is. And that's going to be constitutional silver is going to be what you barter with if a situation happens and you need to barter.
Here's my only issue with Morgans and peace dollars. It's not a full ounce, and I'm paying too much to get less than an ounce of silver. That's why I don't stack them. But I do stack constitutional as far as 90%, dimes, quarters, stuff like that, halves. I'm not a huge peace and Morgan guy. I think they're beautiful. I just don't like the price tag on them. That's just me. I mean, if it was a full ounce of silver, I'd be all in. But that's just my take.
I think dimes are the best because if you have to barter with somebody, it's you could say 2 dimes, 3 dimes, 4 dimes. You can do that. You really can't with a 1 ounce eagle. I mean, it's going to be that may be too much for you to negotiate and to barter with.
Well, and the other thing too,
you can get to 1/10 eagles, but I just think that you also with the premiums and all. I go with I think constitutional is the best. I got a lot of constitutional. My silver, I think more than 50% is constitutional silver. So.
Pieces of me, baby. Well, and if you compare dimes and quarters, what's up, Silver Gold Stack Attack? Holy Moses, I never see you anymore on my channel. Welcome in, brother. Appreciate it. Hope you're feeling better. And if you compare Morgans and peace dollars, which I think they're both beautiful. I think peace dollars are even more beautiful. That's just me. I know that's the minority opinion. But if you compare constitutional like dimes and quarters and halves to Morgans, 2 Morgans ain't 2 ounces, but you got to figure out the math because it's wonky. But we all know 14 dimes is an ounce. 4 quarters and 4 dimes is an ounce. It's just easier math for me, and I think I get a more bang for my buck buying those than I do buying Morgans or peace dollars, even though I think they're sexy as hell. That's just me.
It's $1.40 face
right
of silver. That equals an ounce, no matter what you're figuring out. So
right.
So a Morgan and 4 silver dimes would be exactly an ounce.
Well, I guess that's true, but I guess if we're just talking like 2 Morgans, what's that come out to? You know the math off the top of your head? I don't.
2 minus 1 you'd be 60 cents over. I guess it would be 1 1/3 ounce. 1 1/3, I guess.
Yeah, see, and because I'm a dumb hillbilly, I like it easy. That's why I like my dimes, quarters, and halves. But I do. What's up, Thule? But I do like my Morgans, and I do like the peace dollars, and I'm weird. I actually stack bullion with the peace dollar face on it because I think it's sexy as hell, and especially with the Mercury face on it too. I've been known to do that, but it's an even weight. I'm just weird that way, but you can't go wrong with Morgans and peace dollars. I mean, you really can't.
So you're buying platinum. You're buying. Oh, by the way, you'll be up to 2 ounces. That's good.
I'm gonna order 3 or 4 more 1/10 ounce coins tomorrow, which will put me at 2 ounces. I mean, it's gonna take forever because I'm cheap SOB and I do the e-check to save on the fees, so it takes a good week and a half, 2 weeks to get it. But
you're kind of staying away from gold right now. I mean,
if you watch the Rumble video, if you all watch the Rumble video I shot today, I talked about that. I actually after I get 2 ounces of platinum, and I replace the 3 eagles I sent to just stack it for editing my video I did for Calnex Mines, and thank you for sticking around, Cyclops. I thought you'd leave after that. Maybe you weren't aware of it. Maybe you'll leave now. But I do hold Calnex Mines. I found a way to buy the shares, and I believe in it. After I replaced the 3 ASEs I sent him, I buy the platinum. I am going to start buying more gold, and it may be fractional only, and I don't like 10th ounce gold. But the reason I might do it is because my income has taken a dramatic hit. Cyclops, I'm out, he says. And I need more gold. I'm too light on gold, and that's just the way it is. And I'm also too light on platinum. I am silver heavy. I love silver, but I need more platinum. I need more gold, and that's just the way it is. But I still stick to my guns that if you're buying gold, 1/2 ounce, 1/4 ounce, and 1 ounce is the best size to buy.
And what price does palladium have to get to before you start getting 1/10 of those?
It needs to be below platinum. Son of a silver stackers in the house. Okay. Wolverine actually asks a legitimate question. What's in the crypto portfolio? I hold Bitcoin. I hold Ethereum. I have some Ethereum Classic. I have Shiba Inu, which is kicking ass. It's all kicking ass. I have Algorand. I have Cardano. I have a little Solana, and I have missing one. But yeah, I'm pretty spread out, dude. I'm missing one or two, but that gives you an idea. And it's not because I don't want to tell you; it's just because I'm drawing a blank. But I know I'm missing one, at least. But I think I got eight different cryptos because you know what? I'm hedging my bets, and I'm metal heavy. So if I'm wrong, I'm still going to be plenty okay. I can afford to take some risk.
So as soon.
Wait, is Silverstruck's in the house? Is Silver Chair in here? I mean, son of a silver stacker, Wolverine, Silver Chair. Thule said Silver Chairs. If he's in here and I missed him, what's up, dude? We got some major SGT. We got some awesome people. And I'm sorry, Nickel, go ahead. I'm blown away by the crowd that's come in tonight. Thank you all. Grumpy Buffalo.
I'll do a little ad for LLC. Son of a Silver Stacker is going to be his guest. It's a Sunday. He's in the chat. I think it's going to be. Seems like he said Sunday. He's going to talk to him on his channel. So just a little word up there. So you are going to soon as palladium falls under or falls under platinum, you're going to buy some 1/10 or something.
Oh, I don't buy just 1/10. I mean, if I get in, I get in. I'll buy at least an ounce over time. But and the reason why is because I think I was talking about this with Neil. So you look at the automotive contracts with the catalytic converters, right? And I think they're 10-year cycles. So they switched from platinum to palladium because it was cheaper at the time. Yeah. Well, that 10 years has got to be coming due. And so when that happens, if the price drops, I'm going to get in the platinum or the palladium game too. You know, I mean, my problem is I love shiny things. I love metals. I'm a huge metal buff. I want a little of all of it.
So
yeah, Neil said that. And here's the thing I've noticed about platinum and palladium, which is not true lately. It ain't like gold and silver where when gold goes up, silver follows. Normally, they operate conversely. When palladium goes up, platinum goes down, and vice versa. And lately, they've both been going up together, but palladium seems to be going up more than platinum at a percentage. But when that changes, I'm going to start thinking about making a move.
Well, I wonder if what would you do with rhodium? What price would it have to get to before you would buy some of that?
Well, I don't know, but I ain't Uncle Sal, so I ain't got that kind of money, so I don't even think about it. Yeah, I'm poor.
It gets to 30,000, and Sal does not sell his 1 ounce rhodium. I'm going. You got.
What does that tell you?
Yeah.
Greetings, members one and all. It is Salivate Trump here. I mean, he's got the bucks.
He's got about 12 ounces in palladium, and he didn't sell when it got to over 3,400.
I did not know he had palladium, but
oh yes, he showed.
No, it don't surprise me.
He showed a stack. I think I counted 12 ounces. I'm going. You mean to tell me you didn't sell that either? You know, man, I can't believe it. I guarantee you, it wouldn't take me about 5 seconds if I had that much and it got to 3,400. I wouldn't be selling it. I'll be selling.
I tried to tell him long ago I was up for adoption. He never took me up on it, so I gave up on that battle. But Uncle Sal's got deep pockets, apparently. Hell, he could probably sell 1/10 of a stack and pay off the national deficit. And it's funny because he likes to tell me I'm more diversified than him, but not in metals. That's for sure.
Oh no, he sold his cryptos. He was in it for a while. He sold all his.
Whoops.
No. Well, I don't know. I think long term made the right deal. I think it's just surging right now. I'm still not a believer in it.
Well, you don't got to believe in it. I don't believe in it either, but I believe in the numbers, and I'm still way up. And next week I'll probably be way up again. So I mean, and it's hard to time stuff. It really is. Look, there's a lot of things I don't believe in. I don't believe in politicians, but they exist. I don't believe in weird digital currencies, but you know what? There's money to be made. So I don't got to believe in something. I don't got to love something to invest in it and profit from it. That's really how I feel about it.
Yep.
You know, all I care about is the net return, the ROA. Honestly,
You are open. You will look at any investment opportunity and look and ponder. I know that.
well, I've been poor. My biggest fear is being poor again. And I mean, I've been so poor, and this ain't no lie. This was back, man. This was back when, you know, them 24 packs of top ramen that ain't good for you, but you know that top ramen soup, them 24 cases of it. I was buying that when it was $2.39 a case, and there was a time that was hard for me to afford. So, yep, I will hedge my bets, and I will stack my ass off, and I will. Sal's a chick magnet, of course he is, and I will do whatever I can. I will invest in anything I think can make me money because I will never go back to that again. Haven't you heard of Ted Cruz bill that bans from every happening of CBDCs? It ain't gonna happen, J-Lo. I mean, a lot of them have talked about it. We'll see. I hope so. But CBDC ain't crypto. That's not what I'm talking about. I hate CBDC. It's terrible. It's terrible because that's tax, trap, and trace. It's actually the opposite of crypto because, and I don't even agree that crypto is completely decentralized because they tax you on it. So it's got some centralization, in my opinion, in some way. But CBDC, that's a whole nother ballgame. We don't want that at all. You can't buy a gun. You can't buy metal. You can't do anything without them knowing. And if they shut you off, you're done. No, sir, I hate CBDC. But
Well,
I think we're gonna end up getting stuck with it at some point.
Well, what'll happen is they'll decide you have too many guns already, and that you won't be allowed to buy another one. And you got too much ammo.
All they got to do is look up my purchase records. They're going to know that.
Yeah. So that's the threat there. I mean, it's, they're going to control the people with that, just like control other countries with the dollar. It's kind of the same deal. They want to control what they do, and they want to control what we do, and they want dependent people because they can control dependent people, and which is always the threat that they might try to confiscate gold and silver and other metals. So I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I think that you got to say I'd give it 51% at least. That they might.
Yeah, hell, ain't going to happen. So they might suspend trade like you're talking about electronically, but they ain't coming for your physical metal because not enough people have it. Period. End. I mean, they're going to tax your retirement accounts. They're going to tax you. They ain't got no interest in our physical metal because not enough people have it. When I lived in Central Oregon, I would blow my paycheck on video poker, then live off a pack of hot dogs and bread. Okay, when I was 21 years old, which was about 3,000 years ago, West Texas, I did the same thing. I was waiting tables at Sherry's. I was the night server. And when I would get off at 6 a.m., I would eat breakfast, and I'd wait for the poker machines to turn on at 7, and I put all my tips in there, and I said, what in the hell am I doing? And then fast forward, what was that, 7 years, 8, 9, 10 years later, I realized, hey, I can still gamble in the stock market and make a whole lot better returns. It's funny you bring up the TikTok thing, Joseph. I got mixed feelings on that. I don't know if I want to get into that right now. What I will tell you is Nichols' boy Trump, he was Mr. Anti-TikTok, just like he was Mr. Pro 2A, which he proved to be lying about. Now that he is chummy with the bigwigs of TikTok, he's anti-banning it. So what does that tell you?
Well, again, that's really a minor issue, even though I think that China spies on us using
all the minor ones add up into something big, though, and that's my point. When someone changes their tune so many times, you got to question them.
I think the biggest mistake he made is, I can't say the word, but it was over the jab. I think that was his biggest mistake, which I disagreed with. I thought he messed it up. But the red flag laws would probably be second in my book. And that's it. That's really the only two things that well, I'll take that back. He was too friendly with the banks. I thought he was too friendly with those. That would be the third thing I didn't agree with. But everything else, as long as he doesn't say we're going to take a particular type of gun, Because once you take a particular type of gun, then you open the door up for everything.
All right, hold on. Shuffle. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming in. Have a good night. Silver Scar says he's out. He's going to go watch basketball, which really means women's volleyball. Trust me, I know him. And of course, Cyclops makes a joke that I'm turning left. That's funny. That will never happen. What's up, Broke? That will never happen. What it is I'm not so, again, it's like being passionate about an asset. I'm not so passionate about a politician that I can't see when they're not blowing smoke up my ass. So I will never turn to the left. But in fact, I actually changed my voter registration to the Constitutionalist Party because I'm done with the right. I'm done with the left because the left is nuts. Ain't nobody on the right enough for me. I'm doing my own thing. I don't care what color. I'll never vote for a liberal. It's not my blood, but I'm done voting for people on the right that I don't believe, that I don't trust. So no, I'm never going to be a leftist. Believe that.
You would never vote for Haley
no.
and Nikki Haley, would you?
No. What's up, Elite? No, I would never vote for Galbert either. Tulsi, because how do I know that if she was dumb enough to buy the crap once, how do I know she really is smarter now? I can't do it.
Well, I've always predicted that Kennedy would pick her to be his VP as an independent, and he is talking to her. So we'll see if that comes true. Like my predictions. Has cigars left yet?
He's probably watching. He's probably secretly watching Indiana. And Tully is right. Nickel, your cheap ass needs a new mic. It's in and out. It sounds terrible. Just get your cheap ass to buy a new mic. I mean, dude, that thing's been cutting out forever. You know it. I know it. Tully knows it. They know it. Pony up to $20. That's all I got to say.
So I'm trying to get farther away. It's because it's real sensitive now. And
but now it's really staticky now. It's like, I mean, dude, look, it's done. You probably had it since 1975. Knowing you, it's time to pony up. Come on.
Okay, wait a minute. How am I sounding now?
You're sounding fine now, but until it decides to crackle again, I mean, man. You got a fat stack. We've all seen it. You can afford a mic, Bubba. Come on now.
So where were we at?
You were talking about I'm cutting out too. What the hell? Oh, my shit's new, man. Come on now. Are you messing with me, Cyclops? Damn it. I hope he's messing with me. Am I cutting out or is he just yanking my chain?
It sounds fine to me.
Ask Nickel why he doesn't keep his live chats on for streams. Yeah, Nickel. Why?
Who asked that?
Wolverine.
I didn't know he came in he's come in maybe once.
I agree, Gold Chick. I do. I agree with Gold Chick. Yeah, Nickel. Why don't you have the chat on? Well, you're getting better about it. You are, but it should be on every stream.
The last three, I had him on 2 out of 3. So
we're all proud. Can we all send him the clap emoji? We're proud of you. You're making progress. People want to chat, man. Like we love it. We love to get fired up. We love to fire you up. I like to make jokes that half the time you don't catch because I'm dirty. But the chat's fun, man.
Yep. So anyway, what subject were we on now? I'm lost.
See, Craig sent you like 25 claps, man, because he's happy you're turning on the chat. We're all proud of you. You were talking about not Tulsi. What's her name? The one that dropped out.
Oh,
help me out.
Yeah, Nikki Haley.
Yeah, thank you.
I think she's damaged goods now. I think she would have to change parties, or she will. She wanted the Senate, and I'm not for sure now she could even win that. She stayed in too late. You know what? She was waiting for Trump, and then she thought she would get it by committee, and it didn't happen. And then I think that's mainly why she probably finally got out.
What's up, JK? Well, here's what y'all don't know.
It's easy to spend other people's money, though. It's easy to spend other people's money when they're giving it to you to run.
Oh, that's what government does, man. And that's on the local, state, and federal level. I mean, I was having a talk with my CEO about that the other day, and the average American is too stupid to understand that. So here's what y'all don't know. There's actually a huge presidential, I guess you could actually say, war going on that's not publicized. And that's between me and Neil. He thinks he's going to be POTUS in 2024. I think I deserve your vote more. So I'm just saying, you never know. One of us could get it. I'll tell you what, Neil. If I get it, you can be my VP. And if you get it, I want to be your VP. What do you think? Let's fix stuff.
Are you you going to buy any osmium before Neil buys it all? The
Yeah,
guy,
I think he already did.
he bought all the smaller ones that he could choose from. So I might get something made. I'm thinking about getting something made in osmium.
I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibilities, but I'm so friggin' spread thin right now. It ain't going to be tomorrow. I'll tell you that.
And nickel, you think you would get ETFs and nickel?
Well, yeah, we talked about that the other day. So I got nothing against nickel. I mean the metal, not the numbnut I'm talking to. But I think there's potential, but I have nowhere to store it because my safes are getting so full that I think I would like to have some physical nickel. I don't know where I'd sell it necessarily offhand, maybe a refiner or something, but I got nowhere to put it. So I think I would play the nickel like I play the copper, which is in the paper market, just because of space and storage issues mostly. But I would like to have a little bit.
I think it's a great deal right now. I think the future looks bright if they can pull the EV stuff off, which I'm not for sure they can. So
yeah, I don't know if they'll get that off the ground. Well, how much do your nickel bars weigh?
They range from I think 2 pounds to 12.
How many of them 2 pound bars you got? Quite a few.
Not very many. Most my average is probably 4, 5 pounds.
Oh, maybe I'll have to buy some nickel from nickel. What do you think?
Yeah, that's nickel from nickel.
Nickel from my nickel.
But now the copper, we need to go over that because I don't think that's talked about enough. You don't want copper rounds unless I got one that's like, and I know if I ever want to sell that, I can sell that, snap my fingers and sell it because that's something that people like to have or collect or want. But I would say, a penny, if you had, it looked like a gigantic penny, it was copper round, it was Abraham Lincoln, just like a real penny, wheat penny, you probably could sell that. That's, that's something that people would probably like to have. But overall, I think it's a huge mistake to buy 1 ounce and really 1 ounce copper bars. You're paying so much above.
Well, we had this conversation on the phone the other day. I couldn't agree more. I mean, now if you come across copper pennies, keep them. If you can come across copper scrap for free or low cost, and you got a place to store it, 100% turn that in. But copper is not a metal for stacking outside of those two things. It's not a bullion stacking metal. It's a paper market metal, and it's a scrapping or penny hoarding metal because the premiums are terrible. We did the math on the phone the other day, and it was ridiculous. Now, I wouldn't mind having a couple copper ASEs just for fun, but I know I'm going to be 200% in the hole on that or whatever it comes out to till the end of time. But there are some guys that have come and gone and are still with us on YouTube that have stacked a buttload of copper bullion. I'm thinking, yeah, it looks cool, man, but financially that don't make sense.
Yeah, one guy that has a channel, pretty popular, won't mention. Yeah, I think he went bankrupt over that. So
I don't understand why anybody would think it would be a good idea to stock or to stack massive amounts of copper bullion. A little for fun, cool, because I'm going to do that at some point. But man, that's just not a good idea.
And same thing with nickel. You wouldn't want 1 ounce rounds of nickel and 1 ounce bars of nickel. It's about the same thing, Maybe not as high, not as crazy as copper, but you wouldn't want to do that either. Now, lead. We've talked about lead the other day. Lead actually has some potential. It's really going to, I think the average EV has to have 800 pounds. No, that's 800 pounds of aluminum, I think. Now, I forget what the poundage is on the lead, but it takes quite a bit of lead to do those. And lead is predicted to be the first metal to go extinct. So I don't understand it. That's what all the stats indicate that it will go. And lead bars, even though when they say it's worth 97 cents a pound for 1 pound, they sell for as much as anywhere from $4 to $5 when you see them out in auctions and stuff. So that's something you can't do that with silver. You can't get 5 times what they say the spot price is for silver. You can't.
What's up, Jeffrey Bodine?
And so maybe look at lead. Everybody may want to look at lead and maybe want to get into that. I like the physical lead. because I know
JK,
people.
JK says my lead is mixed with brass. So is mine, but I wouldn't mind having some lead bars to pour into some other stuff, if you know what I mean.
Well, that's it. It's used for ammo a lot. Well,
Right.
You don't want to use copper in your load. You don't want to use that for target practice. You would want to use maybe lead, wouldn't you? When that makes sense,
Because it's cheaper, yeah.
Yeah.
Walker, what's up? What's up? Two bros, welcome back in. Well, and let me ask you this, Nickel. If what all these channels are telling me is true, that silver's better than gold, Bitcoin, and everything else in the market, bread, water, butter, I mean, if silver's going to $2,000 to $5,000, why the hell would I want to stack anything but that?
Yeah, see, that's another issue.
By the way, I think you all know I'm being sarcastic because that ain't going to happen.
It could keep people from getting in these other things, diversifying. It's very dangerous, the dude. So I think it's bad. But if you just got to think about lead, I think about maybe doing it. I have physical lead because I know I can. There's people that make their own ammo, and I know a few personally, and I know that if I ever want to sell those lead bars, they'd like to have it. So
I think Nickel probably has more ammo than the U.S. government, but he just don't want to say.
I bid on it all the time.
See, there you have it.
The auctions are cheaper if you go on the zip.com and you look it up. Auction zip, yeah, whatever it is, and you look it up. If you can get it on there, the state sales and stuff, you can get ammo a lot cheaper than you can. It probably the way you buy it.
Okay, so I want to touch on what West Texas said. I don't know who TRD is, but he said, I heard TRD saying some stuff that the only thing to stack is the coin of the country you're from. Now, I don't know Nickel's take on this. I've never asked him. I have an idea. I think that person is a bunch of crap because I'm telling you, back when I did business with Harry, which I don't do anymore, I took some APMEX rounds, some gold rounds in there. He goes, I didn't even know they made these. No problem. He didn't even put them on the Sigma. I said, no, test them. And he goes, I trust you. I said, I trust me too, but I want to walk out here knowing that we're both in agreement. I think it's a bunch of crap. I think silver is silver for the most part, and gold is gold. I don't care about that sovereign garbage unless we're talking about what Silver Wolverine just said, and he says, I love me some ASEs because, and I've said this for a long time, and I was right because it happened, and it will happen again, when the premiums on ASEs go sky high again, when the mint drops production, because they always drop the ball every 2 to 5 years historically, I'm going to sell them to the suckers, and I'm going to get a whole lot more generic silver and gold in the stack for free. That is the only exception to that. But I don't think here in this country anyway that sovereign coins outside of that make a damn bit of difference, really. That's just me.
Well, my view is on 1 ounce rounds or bullion, 1 ounce bullion, that the Canadian maple's the best. So
I like maples. But I mean, and here's the argument that everyone makes. They make the argument that, well, people are going to recognize it because it's from that country. Listen, people who are going to respect it are 85 years old, 70 years old. Anybody that you're going to be selling it to either knows what silver really, what is real and what is not, or they're 85, 90 years old. It just doesn't apply anymore to me. As a general rule of, recognizability and all that. Look, you hand a 25-year-old an ASE, they don't know what it is. Let's be honest. It don't matter anymore. You hand them a silver dime, they don't know it's silver. It just doesn't apply anymore. Outside of the premiums with the ASEs when the mint drops production.
Yeah, they think that it's probably like $1, like a Morgan dollar. That's probably what they would assume.
I don't even think they know what a Morgan dollar is, man. The people of today, I know people that are 55, 60 years old that were they were still kind of young when we went off the metal standard, but they don't even know. They don't know. I mean, so 40, 50 years ago that argument made sense. Now, no, it really doesn't. Not to me.
So let's jump back into gold for a second.
All right.
We have another depression.
Oh, I know where you're going. Okay.
And it lasts, I think if we have another Great Depression, it'll be the greatest depression, and it'll last a lot longer than what 14 years, I think, is what the last depression lasted. And I wanted to get your opinion on it. What do you think happens to gold? Now, remember, before you answer, we were on the gold standard the last depression. That makes a difference.
Absolutely.
The government confiscated it, physically confiscated. Well, they didn't really physically confiscate it, but they said turn it in. And being the good Americans that most of them were, a lot of them did. And then they raised the price to 35 to help with the purchasing power of the money because people needed it. Because I mean,
that's right.
Now it did drop. After that, as soon as it did, it didn't stay at 35. As soon as they said the new price is 35, it immediately dropped to about 34 something. And then it ended up somewhere in the neighborhood of 33 something. Because some people argue when the last year of the Depression was. Most like say 1941. I've heard some people say 1943. But at 1941, it was down to 1340, something like that. So what I'm going to say is it's definitely going to drop if we have a depression, but your purchasing power is actually going to be stronger. And I just wanted to hear what you had to say about it.
So before I answer that, and I have an answer, I want to respond to Neil. He says ice cream will get you further in barter than silver. Absolutely, especially if you're bartering with Joe Biden because he loves ice cream. He don't know what flavor it is, but he likes it. West Texas said I had a kid tell me it was illegal to own gold coins. I hope he has some, and if he did, you told him you'd buy him to save him from getting in trouble. Craig says his mother is 66, doesn't even know how much gold and silver coins, and she could care less. Exactly right. Okay, so my answer is the same as yours. I just phrase it differently. In a depression, and you're right, that was a ploy for the government to get people's gold because they were on the gold standard and the dollar needed it, I think. It had a lot to do with it. Now that that's not the case, still, I think it matters. And here's my answer. In a depression, the value of gold goes up, but the price goes down. And what I mean by that is ain't nobody got any money. And if you got gold, you can buy whatever you want because the price of things, even though your gold is technically worth less than it was in a normal economy, you can have whatever you want because he who holds the gold or she who holds the gold makes the rules. That's the old saying, and it's true.
Right. And if
the value of it goes down monetarily, but it really goes up in purchasing power.
Right. It's just numbers. The numbers won't matter. The numbers won't matter. So
in a depression, nobody has any money. And if you have gold, you have money.
So if it drops to 700, I guarantee you gold is 700 in a depression. You can get more with that than you can right now with what is it at right now? 20.
Let me look. I was on Money Metals today getting my platinum order together, but I actually didn't look at gold price. I was looking at platinum and silver. Gold right now, 21.73.10 an ounce. Woo!
Okay.
Silver 25.08, platinum 938.05, palladium $1,100.45, rhodium $4,750 even, but it don't matter. Copper's $4.05, but rhodium don't matter because I ain't selling. I ain't got that kind of money. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah, so gold is 21.73.
Copper's up to 405. It's surging.
It's doing pretty good. Well, all the metals are.
Yeah. Well, dang. Anyway, I haven't looked in a while at copper, but anyway, that's poor man's gold too. And but right, if the a can of beans in the depression may only be a 5-cent, quarter, whatever it is. Look what it is today. So you go out today, take let's say 2,200. Take 2,200, fill a shopping cart, come back with it, and let me see what you got. And then now we'll have a depression, and you go out and fill a shopping cart with 1 ounce of gold in a depression, and I guarantee you have to have more than one shopping cart because you have to have a whole buttload of shopping cart.
Well, I went shopping today. It's funny you said that, and I spent about $2,200 at the grocery store, and I got 2 bags of groceries. So you're not wrong.
So you got air, and then you got a few chips, but you bought air and you got a few chips. Yeah, that's what's going on.
See, JK says silver's below 25. I'm showing 25.08 on Money Metals. Let's look at Hero. Now, granted, sometimes they're a little higher on bullion sites. I don't have Kitco up. Hero is showing 25 even. So, yeah, there's always a variation, but it's around $25.
Well, then silver gained on the gold. The ratio went down.
So, it just... You know, and there's always, you can go to different sites, and I don't know why everyone thinks Kitco is the standard. I like CMI personally, but the shops always go by Kitco. So it just depends on where you look. And that's quite a swing, though, on silver. Silver is usually within 3 or 4 cents of each other on different sites. But,
So what's the gold ratio? Do you see that? I bet it's down. It was, 88 to 1. I bet it's down to about 80 to 1 then.
Hell no, it's probably 89. Let's look. And again, this is just one site. I'm going to a site that is 86.68 according to Hero. Let's see. Does Money Metal show that? I think they do. Although I can't find it. But and again, when are we ever going to see, or are we ever going to see the gold to silver ratio back where it belongs? I have not seen it head in that direction in a long time.
Okay, what would it need to be for you to trade your silver for gold?
Well, I could be unrealistic and say it needs to be where it should be, which is 16 to 1, but that's never going to happen. I would do it at 60, 65. Probably.
Really? I'd want better numbers than that.
I would too, but that's not going to happen. Look, it hasn't even come close for so long. So that's why I have to be realistic. I have to see what's happening. It doesn't matter what I want. I want better numbers, but better numbers ain't going to happen.
Well, but yeah, but if you hold out, it could happen.
Goats might fly out of my butt too. Don't mean just because it's possible, don't mean it's plausible. I mean, honestly, the GSR has been jacked up for so long. I'd be a fool to think it was going to, correct to where it really belongs and to hold out for that. It's just not going to happen. And I agree with Jeffro. JP Morgan ain't going to let that happen. And Tesla probably won't either because they love silver. They need silver. I mean, it's just never going to. I don't think I'll ever see it at 70. And if I do, it won't be for long, or 60. I mean, I just don't see it happening. That's just me.
And what was the silver price when you got into silver? Can you remember?
I don't, but I think it was 20, 21, 20. It was a long time ago.
Oh my!
But I was even buying it when it was 30, 32 bucks an ounce. I didn't know, and I don't regret it because
you never thought about getting, as far as gold. You've never thought about getting like maybe gold jewelry and just have maybe some gold in that form. You just never.
Well, if I could find one, what's up, Edward Scissorhands? If I could find one that matched my best cocktail dress, maybe. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm a bullion guy. I want to know exactly what I have. I want to know weight. I want to know purity. I'm not really into the jewelry thing. I leave that up to you, Buffalo Bill. It rubs the lotion on the skin. I mean, maybe if I got a hell of a good deal, but I'm bullion guy. I want coins. I want bullion. I just that's me.
If it's too good a deal, I would think that there's a problem. So.
Well, and that too, yeah. I mean, if something's too good to be true, it is. Cyclops started buying at $4 an ounce. Hell, he's richer than you, Nickel, because you would started buying at $4.99.
Oh well, we bought. He was in. I think we probably started about the same time because this is what I did. The first investment was, I think, $7,000, and I got 1999 Silver Eagles, 200, and the rest of it went in 100-ounce bars, and that's what I started with, those two things. Then I came right back. I think it was at the end of the year, maybe the first of the next year. I put another 4,000 in, and I got that for cheaper because silver went down. I started in at $4.95, and of course back then, by the way, they added $3 for your premium, and people complain today. I paid $4.99 for the silver, and I had to pay $3 extra for each Silver Eagle. So what's my ratio? What is that? 50%, almost 40 something. And people complain, now that the premiums is high. I'm going, man, it ain't good nothing. Of course, if they didn't, they would have all gone under because there was no money in silver then.
It's higher than that. It's higher than 40%, man. That's a terrible premium. What's up, Raven?
I know it. And I go, but I was new, so I didn't know.
That's an 80% premium, ain't it?
That's up there.
If you were paying $3 on something that costs $5, that's like 80%.
They also had minimum orders then because when it got to slightly under 4 an ounce, they were like, you had to buy so much or something in order to even purchase. It got to the point there, and I guess that's when I probably stopped buying for a while because I didn't want to put another 4,000 in or another 5,000 in, so I kind of quit for a while. But that's what I started with. So I was 7 the first hit, 4,000 less than a year, second hit. So I went all in at 11,000. And if asked the question, if I got 10,000, we'll say 10, save them 1,000. If I want to go in now, I still think silver's a good buy. If you want to put it all in silver, I still think 10,000 if you wanted to do it. I think I would probably not pick bullion if I had to do it over, but still, even 10,000 in one shot, inheritance or whatever you want to do that with it. I think you I don't see anything wrong with it. I think I still would put probably 11,000 in today. I just might buy different forms of silver, but I think I would definitely put it in. And remember, 1999, the internet was just underway, really. I mean, you were old in 1999. I didn't even know about YouTube in 1999. I would have been watching Sal back then or something. I can't remember.
It didn't exist back. I think it came out in 2004 or something. But anyway, I don't think it's ever a bad time to put money into silver. I really don't, and I'll never say that. But I think, here's the deal. Silver is where I store my wealth, where it can't be touched, where it can't be taken, where it can't be gone missing out of an electronic account. It can't go to zero. But I think now there are better places to put a portion of your cash to make you more cash, to buy you more silver. That's where I think times have changed. But my end game is gold, silver, platinum, palladium, and land. But I use other means to get more of it. And I think that's where things have changed. I think that's where putting money in silver is never a bad idea. Putting money in gold is never a bad idea. Platinum, all of it. But I think if you put less into it and you put more into other avenues to make you more cash to put into it, you take every dollar you have and you give it a job, which is to go out and make you more dollars, and you put it in the metal. I think that is really the way to go. That's what I do. But you got to remember, I have a fundamental stack that is, I ain't got enough gold, I ain't got enough platinum, but when it comes to silver, I got a lot of silver. So how much I can afford to do that. Huh?
How much gold are you up to now?
Not much.
What's it? 2 ounces?
I don't know. Not much. I got more than that, but not much. And because gold was never something I loved. I love silver, but I wish I would have bought more gold. Back in the day.
Oh, it got the $179 an ounce.
But when I got into stacking, I was too poor for gold, and then I just became addicted to silver. And again, I think gold is honestly the better play, not because I like it, but because the rest of the world's obsessed with it. I really think gold is the better play. But if you got enough silver, it don't matter. It really don't matter because you're gonna be okay.
How about Rolexes? Would you ever think about investing in that? Because that's got gold, it's got platinum.
Nah, not really. I mean, if I came across one for a good price and I knew it was real, and maybe.
So, well, they do have a tendency to go up. Just like
but didn't the Rolex market take a dump too? I mean, recently.
Yeah, well, it skyrocketed when the government was paying people not to work, and which, by the way, was a terrible idea, and we're paying for it now. But people were buying Rolexes with those checks, and you couldn't find a Rolex in places. I mean, everybody was buying them, and now, no, yeah, they've gone back down some, yeah.
But I mean, again, I am the epitome of bullion guy. I'm a weight stacker, so that's just that's my niche. I don't do newmies. I don't do any of that crap. I mean, if you got a market for it, that's cool. It ain't my bag. I just want to know, hey, I got 3 ounces of silver. This is what it's worth. So that's why I don't do the jewelry. I don't do the Rolexes. I don't do the newmies. I want to know exactly what I'm holding. Without market fluctuations, I want to know this is what I got. That's just me, though. But again, if I get a great deal on something and it's authentic, there's some wiggle room,
Yeah, well, I mean, I just it's what comes my way. Yeah, I don't probably actively pursue much anymore, because I do want to get to 10,000 ounces. That's silver. That is a goal. I hope to do it before 62, and then maybe I'll get my 10,000th ounce age 62, and then maybe I won't retire at 62. I probably maybe would be 65, 66 when I might give up my business, and I'm still going to do something. I'll probably have a art gallery / coins and medals or something. I'll probably do something like that.
Now, one thing I will say is when you first started talking about your sterling silver angle, it didn't make sense to me because I'm like, how many people are selling sterling silver? But then I started paying more attention. Then I watched what Chef did with it. Now that is something I'm interested in getting into. Getting sterling at yard sales, taking down the refiner, taking my cash and put it into the market and actual silver bullion. That is a hell of an idea. Yeah, it took me a while to catch on to that, but I see that angle and I like it.
The difference between me and Chef is I keep it because I think it's going to go up and I'm going to cash it in later. He turns it. He flips it. So what he's doing is he's getting free silver, people. He is.
Right.
He basically he's getting that for such a good price, and he melts it, gets the money from the refiner, and then now he goes back and he does like plan, reinvest it back in, and he can get his materials free. Basically,
I think what I would do if I got into that market, I would melt it and I would put 30% in the market, 33% in the market, 33% in platinum, 33% in gold, and then I'd flip and do 33% in silver, 33% in platinum, 33% in the market, and then next time I'd have a rotation going. But that's what I would do with the cash. I wouldn't just hold the cash because there's cash rich and there's asset rich, and I'm more cash poor and asset wealthy than I am cash wealthy and asset poor, if that makes any sense.
Well, in cash also, it's going to be worth less the day after. Sorry.
And that's why I don't like to hang on to a lot of cash. And that's bit me in the butt a couple times. I'm not going to lie, because there's been times I'm like, damn it, I got to sell some stocks or something for cash because I didn't have enough cash when an expense came up. But I have a hard time holding cash. I do hold some in my Wealthfront bank account that pays me 5%. I'm getting better about that because I hate selling assets when something comes up. But I struggle with cash because it's a guaranteed losing asset.
Yeah, but
what's up, Sacramento?
At 5%, you're doing all right because it's not losing 5%.
So that's how I've adjusted for that instead of hanging on to a lot of physical cash, which I have some because I don't want to lose on it. I put it in that 5% account. It's just like I want more gold, but it's too expensive, so I'm buying platinum. That's my compromise with the cash.
Well, that's what Chef said. That was the dilemma he had. He had to have so much cash available, or he misses the deal.
Right.
And he doesn't know how much to hold. So that's one of the factors you got to figure in. That's something that he has talked about.
It's true. It's true.
But he's really doing well with that. And I mean, I don't know why everybody else don't. Now, Thule and cigars and maybe a few others, they do the copper thing. They kind of do the same thing with copper. They get the scrap copper, convert it, and then they can buy silver and stuff on that money.
Well, yeah, and they're both smart because they have access to the scrap and it doesn't cost them. So if you're going to do copper, that's that or pennies or paper markets are the only way to do copper, really. So they got a good edge going, both of them.
Yeah, I mean, you just need to think about it because it's everywhere. And it's like I told Chef, and Chef says it's there if you look. It's right there before you. You just got to look for it. And there's deals still to be had. Now, he's in Los Angeles, so therefore he's got a bigger market than I have here. Because Louisville, bunch of hicks,
So she said scrap. No, I'll melt and hold. And that right there is the only way that you can do copper bullion and not lose your butt. If you want to melt it down into bars, but you're getting the stuff for free from scrap, you're good to go. But if you're buying the bullion on online bullion dealers, you're getting screwed. So
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
I like it.
And Chef is doing really well. I'm impressed, man. And Stack the Gold, he the way he gets gold and stuff, it's impressive. So.
It is. Well, hey, man, I got a headache coming on. I don't got much else. Do you got anything you want to touch on?
I think there were some things we didn't get to, but maybe we can get to them a later time. So.
Well, I'm always looking to do a video, a live. I've been doing so many lives lately, I miss it. And I got the StreamYard upgrade pack. I'm paying $50 a month for unlimited StreamYard, so I might as well use it.
I don't, you know me, I ain't gonna pay that.
You won't even pay $20 for a mic, you cheapo.
Yeah,
so I know.
Yeah. So I ran out of my time. It's the first time I ran out of my time this month because I was doing a celebration show for Trump, and I had the little fireworks going, which sounded like guns. Which I said, well, that's even better. And celebrate the guns, and then they kicked me out of my own thing. I don't know if I hadn't used my time up yet. They kicked me out, and then they put my time up. So now I don't have any. I got to wait till the 16th to get my time back. 20 hours.
He is getting better about the chat too, Lee. His last 2 out of 3 had chat, so she says you won't even use the chat. So we're going to work on him.
So Julie sends me some of her copper and gives it to me. I'll promise to have the chat.
Yeah, thanks, son of a silver sacker. I'm gonna take some aspirin because I'm old and I like to keep my blood thin. I'm gonna do that before before it's too late to head it off. Keep my blood thin, don't have a stroke,
I wished I could have seen the chat. I mean, usually it's in here. I've got it on the comments.
Well, you have to open up the YouTube video and watch the live on YouTube right now because it was set to private, my mistake, because StreamYard ain't showing it. So you have to go to my channel and go into the live section if you want to see the chat. That's the only way I can see it because StreamYard ain't showing me the chat either.
I know when I go on Pops, I can always see what people saying in there. And when I'm on Rocky Superstars, I can always see it because I always see 79 coming up insulting me on there. So I always try to keep the tabs.
That's because she loves you. No, Cyclops. I heard from him once about a week and a half ago, and that turd is ducking me too. So it ain't just you. It ain't just me. Maybe it's our soap. Maybe we smell funny. He don't want to talk to us, but it ain't just you, buddy.
Who's he asking about?
Oh, he asked about Savage. He ain't got time for us little fries anymore, I guess. He's busy. I don't know.
He just did a video the other day. I saw it.
I know. We got more views on.
We're going to continue buy gold, he said on the video.
Yep. And the guy goes away for weeks at a time and he gets more views on one video than I get on 10 put together. So what are you going to do? Good for him, I guess.
Yep. You get to ponder.
Thanks, Craig. So. It's that deep, sultry voice he has, Good morning, everybody. It is a Savage Stacker. How could you not watch that video?
And when you interviewed him, when you went to see him, how could you not do at least an hour's worth of footage?
Listen, man, I told you my camera stores 10 minutes. I didn't time it. I can only do 10 minutes. I use a camcorder. I can only store 10 minutes, and then if I go over 10 minutes, it disappears.
Oh,
right? Nothing I can do. That's why none of my videos go over 10 minutes ever, unless it's a live stream because I use a webcam. It is what it is, and I don't know how to loop videos together and add them in. I ain't that savvy, man. I'm just a dumb old hillbilly with a shitload of metal. So, see, now Tulu's getting all technical. I don't even know. I got the one I thought was the biggest one I could get. See, I don't even know. I'm a dumb hick. What do you want from me?
I see that stuff. I see that stuff all the time on auctions. I just never bid on it. They got the stand that you put it on, digital cameras and all that stuff. I go, man, I ain't gonna do that because I'm cheap.
Well, you should though, because you need to do regular videos because YouTube likes regular videos. It ain't going to put your lives out in the algorithm. If you want YouTube to make your channel grow, you've got to start doing regular videos. Unless you're Smart Silver Stacker or the other guy, as of late, it will not promote your lives. It just doesn't do it.
Well, if I got more thumbs up, it might do better.
I'm just telling you, man, YouTube likes regular content. That's what it likes to push out. It'll push out shorts, but that'll get you subs and nobody watching your stuff after that. So if you would pony up, get yourself a mic and get yourself a cheap camera, your channel would hit the algorithm more with regular videos. I promise you.
I promise. Can you use a GoPro thing or what?
Yeah, you can. Absolutely. If you can find a cheap GoPro, dude, I'd say do it.
I don't know. I'm not that.
See, he's gonna make it so I'm gonna have to buy his cheap ass a camera and a mic and send it to him just because he's so damn stubborn. That's what's happening.
What's those things you start on like Facebook to get people to give you money to get something?
Oh, a GoFundMe, you cheapo.
I need a GoFundMe microphone. So,
well, see, and that's what people don't understand. So let me look right now. So what I use for my regular videos is a Sony. The hell, I can't even see this. I'm old. It's a Sony. Hold on. Oh shit. It's a Sony. What the hell? Anyway, it's a Sony. You know, it ain't no 4K. It's a 1080p camcorder. I paid like $330 for it on Amazon or $300. So, and that was before. That was I got that like my 7th video in. I mean, what's up, Mello? What's up, SF? So what people don't realize is this channel, and I gave away 10 ounces when I hit 1,000 subs. This friggin' channel was, let's see, $1,000 negative ROA before I even got monetized. You know what I mean? So it's still, this channel has recently, within the last couple months, had a positive ROA, but it ain't even $100. Well,
I think I missed that show that you gave stuff out. I think that's the only show I didn't see of yours. I think I missed that somehow.
So it ain't cheap. I get why guys do some of the things they do. What I don't agree with is pumping and lying to people, and I don't like that. I'll never respect it. And again, I don't believe in promoting nothing that you don't do yourself. Like that mining stock video I did. Well, guess what? I found a way to buy shares in that mining stock because I like that stock. But people who pump and all that just because they want money, I don't respect them. But I will tell you, this channel was a negative ROA for well over a year. It ain't what people think. It takes money. So,
well, I wouldn't give my personal information to get anything. Even I'd have to get to 10,000. I'd have to be 10,000 subs before I'd even do that because I like my privacy. So I would not want to give all the information because they're going to sell it like a dog. You know, they're going to sell everything about you like a dog. You know.
Well, and that's yeah, you're right. And that's the other thing, son of a silver stacker, because I hated being limited on Streamer. I pay $50 a month for the unlimited streaming service, and I don't even do lives anymore that much. So I just, I'm just throwing money out left and right. But whatever, it's a lot of damn fun.
I think you should interview Donald Trump. Get him on and let's go. Ask him those questions. Ask him why he did what he did on Red Flag.
He would never. First of all, I'd never be able to get his attention, and number two, he would never come onto my channel because he does not have an appropriate answer for those questions that I'd ask him. Because I would crucify his ass on those questions because he lied, and that's the reality. So he would never do that. He'd be like, it's gonna be amazing and phenomenal and terrific. Yeah. That's all he would say.
But your pick for VP is the same as mine, Gnome.
No, my pick for POTUS is Gnome. My pick for VP is Trump.
Okay. Okay. Well, anyway, Gnome would be a great choice, and she is really true blue on guns. So
now, if Gnome was the Republican candidate, I would not write myself in. I would vote for her. I like Kristi Noem. I trust her. She's never given me a reason not to. She didn't shut her state down. She's very pro 2A. She hasn't burned my trust. So I really like Noem. I do.
And she's not hard to look at either.
No, she's easy on the eyes, but so is AOC, but we all hate her, so no one will admit that. But she's hot too, let's be honest.
I don't know. I think she's slipping there, buddy. Last time I saw her, she looked haphazard.
She's a nut job, and I wouldn't want nothing to do with her, but I ain't going to take that away from her. But I'm afraid she might be contagious with her stupidism, so I wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole.
Something could happen to Trump, and then Noem would be the president. So
I'm not saying I could get behind something happening to him, but I could get behind her being POTUS for sure. I would be happy about that actually if she got the card.
Well, yep.
But then again, who knows? She could end up being bought and paid for and be a sellout too. I mean, West Texas. I've never used YouTube Live. I don't know how. I've never tried it. Nickel would probably know.
What now? What was the question?
Texas wants to know if YouTube Live is any good. I've never done it that way. I always use StreamYard.
Oh no, I use StreamYard and YouTube Live. If I didn't, I would be out of my time on StreamYard. Probably 1 week. I'd use it all up. So
what I don't like about YouTube Live is I know this. The other person, if you're doing a guest, they have to do it on their phone. I don't do nothing on my phone unless it's shorts because they make me, and I don't like doing shorts anyway, so it works out. So you are limited to doing YouTube Live on a phone with your guest. I don't know about the person doing the video, So I don't like that. But you can get StreamYard for free, Texas, and you can get 20 hours of streaming a month for free on their free package.
Yeah, be cheap like me. That's what I do. But I don't know how you would do like me and you on regular YouTube. I've never tried. I don't know.
You would have to send me a link, and I would have to stream from my phone, and that's why anyone who wants to stream with me, I won't do YouTube Live because my phone ain't the best, and I just don't like using the phone for that. I don't use the phone for my videos, so that's how you do it. Because Savage tried to set one up, and we thought he was doing it wrong. Turns out it was because I was trying to do it for my computer, and YouTube Live will not let you appear as a guest unless you're on a phone, and I got no interest in doing the phone thing for me for myself.
And here's some news. I don't know how many out here are you on Getter?
What the hell's Getter? Getter done?
No, Getter is it's a site just like the other site you're on that you do videos on. You know, it's just like that, except it's talk and stuff. They're going under. They're working on fumes right now, so it looks like that's going to fail.
Check Stacker. I use a webcam for lives, and I use a digital 1080p Sony camcorder for my regular videos.
Truth Socials is the one Trump owns.
Yep.
So it's doing. I guess he's putting more money into to keep it going. But the Getter is, it's going under. So anybody out there that has an account there, if you go back to get on, it may be gone because they're not going to make it. So
yeah, the only Getter I know about is Getter Done. Getter Done. So anyway, I got to take some aspirin, man. My head is pounding. What a great turnout! Y'all are phenomenal. We had some people in here I haven't seen in a while, like Mello and some others, and Check, and y'all are fantastic. Thule made an appearance. Y'all are fantastic. Gold Chick.
And then I guess I can end it. I'll say,
Jeff Bodine.
We are not live. We are.
I have Rumble stock, Jeff. And speaking of Rumble, I'm very active over there. So if y'all would find it in your heart, because it's harder than hell to grow over there. I'm at 256 subs. Go on over there, hit the damn follow button, drop a comment so I know you're there. Because on Rumble, I don't think you can figure out who's following you other than if they comment on your video. I haven't figured that out yet. I don't think anyone else has. So go to Rumble. I like Rumble because I can say what I want. I don't got to be careful. I can get raw, and it's a free speech platform. And I support free speech, so why wouldn't I want to support a platform that does that too? Christopher McCormick, what's up, brother?
And
so,
I'll say,
it's the same name. I'll go ahead and I'm going to drop a link to it. Go ahead, Nickel.
Your videos there is not a whole lot different. The language might be a little different, but I mean, pretty for the most part, it's about the same. Actually, it might even be better because I think you're freer to do it. So you don't have to think, I better not say that, or should I say? You don't have to pause, So, and I think me and JK are the ones that's always commenting on yours. I think I looked for Thule the other day. I don't think she's put anything up there in a long time. I think she said she's having trouble downloading it or getting a video to go up or something.
Yeah, well, what happens when you upload on Rumble? It'll stay at the 33% for about 10 to 15, 20 minutes. It gets stuck there, but it almost always will continue. You have to be really patient with Rumble. It takes 2 to 3, 4 times as long to upload there, but it's just the way it is. So when it says uploading 33% for 10 to 15, 18 minutes, 9 times out of 10, you're good. Once in a while, it'll fail, but it will tell you when it fails. So you just got to hang in there. You keep it open. You minimize the window. You go about your day. Come back in an hour. Your video is going to be up.
Yeah, I go there. I go there and watch. Who else do I watch over there?
Mello, hit me with a comment on Rumble so I can find you. Because if you're on Rumble, I'm going to go there.
And you might want to say who you are, because so many people use different.
Yeah, they change their name. Like you're 888 the Great. I'm like, who the hell's this nut job?
yeah. And so I had to tell them who I was. But Jeremiah Babe is over there now, and he's trying to do it. I haven't seen.
Yeah,
him.
He's done one video in like forever, but whatever.
And Sal's over there.
He quit doing it too because they stopped syncing his videos. We talked about it, so he ain't putting nothing over there anymore. As of the last month or so, it's pretty much just me and Transient Stacker and one other.
I would do it. I would only give me 5 seconds.
It's because you're trying to do a live. You have to do a regular video. That's your problem.
Well,
that's what I'm telling you.
So, Maybe I should go to TikTok.
Well, you know, yeah, you can do a 5-minute video there because that's about what that audience will give you is 5 seconds.
Because you have to have a cell phone.
I don't know. No, I've done it with a camcorder on there too, but I don't do TikTok no more because TikTok sucks. Although I probably should because why not? But I'm never on there. Anyway, I'm out of here. I got to take some aspirin, rest my neck, lay my FA down. I got to chill out. This headache's starting to kill me. All I got to say is keep stacking. Nickel, you close it out. Thanks for coming in, everybody.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody coming in, and just diversify probably more what you're doing. You know, you can do all kinds of different metals, and you can do base metals, you can do precious metals, and but there's a bigger world than just gold and silver. I'll just end it there.
West Texas, there's not really much drama in this community. Yeah, well, it's up and down, buddy. All right, keep stacking. Thank you all.
See ya.